Hello and welcome back to Whirlwind Radio. This is Marcelo Sugdeo. Facebook and Instagram are changing their policy to crack down on underage children. And Nike has opened another experimental store to provide a better and more personalized service to customers. Nike has just rolled out another of its Retail of the Future experiments in opening a concept store. And what they're doing is to aim to lure digital shoppers in to provide a personal service and experience. The company is looking to get deeper into its huge customer base to target customers who they said are very fit and exercises often, but who also care about the way they look while they are exercising. And this makes sense because the customers that they're going after are from the Hollywood area, and that's where they're opening this new store. It may seem a little odd that Nike is doing this, given that most of the stores today are trying to grow their online presence, and there are cases where we see as well long-time chains have gone under, and even shopping malls are struggling to keep up with tenants and attract customers. But experimental stores, though, it seemed to be on the way that some of the giants are getting into. Like, for example, last October, Nordstrom opened an experimental store called Nordstrom Local in the West Los Angeles area. And here customers were given a personal stylist, having their clothes tailored, and a manicure while sipping an espresso. And there were no clothing racks to browse. So it was all about the personalized shopping experience. And this idea has been successful enough that the company has now announced that it's going to open up 2 more stores in South California. Now, this isn't the first time that Nike has opened a concept store. There was one that was opened back in 2016 in New York that has a small indoor basketball court and also technology that was enhanced in their treadmills with special sensors that allow customers to have a sweaty trial run with their new shoes. So this is a smart move by Nike to open a store in Hollywood where people are obsessed with running and with the latest style, with basketball and sneakers. Through its interaction with customers, Nike will know what people are buying and not buying. And this will help the company to know and to keep track of the stock that they need to have in the store. But it's going to be a little challenging for Nike and the way they normally operate in their stores. Because about 15% of their apparel and 25% of their footwear is going to change every 2 weeks. And that's a really big deal because Nike has never turned around products that quickly. Usually it takes about 30 to 45 days before they can do so. So what they're planning to do is to use the members' insights that they're gathering through this data. And if one thing isn't working, it's going to go with something else. For example, if the color like yellow is trending, then they're going to bring in more yellow into their store. So this whole process is going to be reactive in nature and learning what customers want. For example, for those with time, they can book a session with a store expert who can help them to choose the right gear. Customers can also buy through the app and then find their purchase waiting in a small locker for a pickup. The store also has a 30-day no questions asked return policy and would even provide a small amount of tailoring services, such as hemming new tights and pants to get the optimal length for the buyer. Even the store layout is also experimental. At the entrance are Nike's latest products, gleaned from what the company thinks could be popular. And then at the back of the store, they're going to place products that customers in the section of West Hollywood have already named as their favorites, such as running pants or even hoodies for men. Now, a really important feature, a new feature, is called scan to try on. If, for example, the shoe is not in stock, the customer can just buy it online. But if it's in stock, the customer can just press a button at the bottom of the app, and the phones will ring for every salesperson in the store. And whoever is closest will just bring out that item. So imagine just pressing that button on your app for your shoes, and as soon as you walk into the store, there's someone waiting there with your shoes in their hands. This, of course, is a whole new take on customer service. And this is where experimental stores are going. Google Maps undoubtedly is the most used online maps in the world today. It is on all Android devices and even used by iPhone users. In my case, I have an iPhone and I use Google Maps on it because it has the most updated and relevant information that I need. But even though many use Google Maps on their phones, still some use the web version of it as well. I use it sometimes, the web version, if I'm planning a trip or looking how to get to a certain place while I'm at my desk. And what many people may not know is that Google keeps adding features to the web version of its maps. It recently added a neat new feature to the web version, one that most of us likely missed because it's that kind of smart feature that you expect on your mobile device. The Google Maps on the web can now notify you when it's time to leave in order to make sure that you arrive at your destination on time. Of course, this is already on the mobile version. A second option was added to the notifications toggles in Google Maps settings called Time to Leave. So just make sure you activate that feature by going to the notifications toggles inside the side menu. And this is a neat feature. Say you're at your desk and you're planning to go to an appointment. Now you can get a notification that it's time for you to leave and to make sure that you get there on time. So by signing into Google Maps, you can take advantage of all of these features on your web browser. We all have heard the issues with social media and how it's causing damages to relationships and even people. Even kids have social media accounts. Facebook and Instagram are now looking to be more proactive and to lock the accounts of users that they suspect are below the age of 13. Before, their policy was to only investigate accounts if they are reported specifically for being potentially underage. But now, Facebook has confirmed that it has an operational change to its policy to lock the accounts of any underage user that they come across. Now, once it's locked, and if, say, for example, that user is above 13, then Facebook will require that the user provide proof that they're over 13, such as maybe a government issue ID, just so that they can get back access to their account. Now, this problem stems from Facebook not requiring any proof of age upon sign up, and as such, kids, of course, sign up for this and lie about their age, so as to have an account with Facebook. This tougher stance, though, from Facebook could reduce the company's user counts and also advertising revenue. With these apps, what they have done was they have made this change to hook young users in, so that by the time they turn 13, they've already invested a lot, like for example Facebook and Instagram, on building a social graph and also the history of content and data of each user, so that they can use this to continue to target them with sales or with ads. So this change is not going to be across the board where the sites will be hunting for any and all those that are underage. What they will be doing instead is to stop ignoring when an underage person is referred to them, and they will then act upon it. Now, this news contradicts what Facebook is doing through its Messenger Kids app. And the Messenger Kids app allows children from ages 6 to 12 to chat with those approved by their parents. So on one hand, Facebook is trying to make under 13 users dependent on their social network, while on the other, they're pushing them away as well. With its hands-off approach of not monitoring the age of users or verifying through proof that that person is indeed over 13, this has caused children to see ads that are not appropriate. For example, ads for like alcohol or gambling, loans, and even subscription services. They've also been able to push to kids offensive content and even graphic violence. And because some have lied about their date of birth, and now with this new change, if that user decides to correct his date of birth, that account will be suspended until they can provide proof of age. So what this means is that those that have lied about their age and they're all still on the age of 13 will more likely than not continue to leave that information on Facebook and still get away with it, unless of course they have been reported. Thanks for taking the time to join us today on Whirlwind Radio. I would like to ask you to take a look at the latest review that we did on the BlackBerry Key 2. We have that video posted on it-canadaonline.ca, and I'll place a link in the description below where you can be able to go and see that review. From the rest of the team here at Whirlwind, this is Marcelo Sugdeo saying stay safe in the technology whirlwind.